Have you ever felt stuck, like your life isn't moving forward? Maybe you've been waiting for the right moment to try something new. But what if that moment never comes? Here's the truth. If you want to grow, you have to take risks. Not crazy, dangerous risks, but brave, thoughtful steps outside your comfort zone. In this video, we'll talk about why taking risks is so important for your personal and professional growth. We'll explore real stories, practical examples, and simple ideas that can help you move forward, even if you're afraid. Because growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when you face a challenge and decide to try anyway. Let me ask you, are you avoiding something just because it feels scary? What's one thing you want to do but haven't done yet? This video might be the push you need, because here at FluentWay English, we're not just helping you learn English. We're helping you build the courage to change your life, one word, one choice, and one risk at a time. So what exactly is a risk? A risk is when you do something even though you don't know what will happen. Maybe it will go well. Maybe it won't. That's what makes it scary. The result is not 100% sure. For example, speaking English in public is a risk. You might say something wrong. You might feel nervous. But it's still a risk worth taking because it helps you grow. Many people avoid taking risks because they're afraid of making mistakes. That's normal. Our brain doesn't like danger or change. A long time ago, this helped people survive. If something was risky, it could be dangerous, like wild animals or a storm. But now, many of the risks we face are emotional, not physical. Speaking in front of a group, asking someone for help, or applying for a new job. These things are not dangerous, but they still feel scary. Why? Because we're afraid of failure, rejection, or embarrassment. Have you ever thought, what if I fail? Or what if people laugh at me? That fear can stop you before you even try. But here's the truth. Not trying is also a risk. When you say no to a new opportunity, you also say no to a new version of yourself. Growth only happens when you do something you've never done before. And yes, sometimes it feels uncomfortable. Think about children learning to walk. They fall many times, but do they give up? No, they keep going, and eventually they learn to walk and run. Adults forget this. We become so afraid of falling that we stop moving. But falling is not failure. It's learning. Every successful person you know has taken risks. They failed. They felt fear, but they moved forward anyway. So, ask yourself, what small risk have you been avoiding? Is it speaking more English? Is it asking a question in class or joining a new group? Whatever it is, remember, it's normal to feel scared, but fear doesn't mean stop. Fear can also mean go because this matters. Let's talk about growth. Growth means becoming better, stronger, smarter, more confident, but growth doesn't happen when everything is easy. It happens when you do something new, something difficult, something you're not sure you can do, and that usually means taking a risk. Imagine this. You want to get better at speaking English. You study grammar, memorize vocabulary, and watch videos. That's great, but if you never use it, you won't grow. Growth happens when you speak to someone in English, even if you're afraid of making mistakes. You take a risk, and that risk helps you grow. Let's look at real life. Think about applying for a new job. You don't know if they'll say yes. You might get rejected. But if you don't try, you'll never know. Or imagine moving to a new city or starting a new project. It feels scary because you don't know what will happen. But many times, that's where amazing things begin, in the middle of the unknown. Risk is like a doorway. On the other side is something new, a skill, a relationship, a chance. If you never open the door, you stay where you are. But when you take the step, even if you're nervous, you give yourself the chance to discover what's possible. Yes, sometimes things don't go the way you hoped, but guess what? That's okay. Even failure teaches you something. In fact, some of the best lessons come from the risks that didn't work out. You learn, you grow, and you try again. This time, stronger and smarter. So if you want to grow, in English, in your career, in life, you have to take risks. Not big, dangerous ones, just small, brave steps in a new direction. Over time, those small steps lead to big changes. Now ask yourself, do I want to stay the same or do I want to grow? If your answer is grow, then you know what to do. Take the risk. Make the move. Speak the words. Let me tell you a true story. There's a young woman named Anna from Brazil. For many years, she wanted to work in another country. She studied English every night after work. She watched videos, read books, and practiced with apps. But when someone asked her to speak English, she always said, "No, my English is not good enough." One day, Anna saw a job opening at a company in Canada. She felt excited, but also afraid. What if I don't understand the interview? She thought. What if I make a mistake? But deep inside, she also thought, what if I never try? So Anna took the risk. She applied. She had the interview. Nervous, yes, but she tried her best. And guess what? She got the job. Not because her English was perfect, but because she was brave and she showed passion. That risk changed her life. Now she lives in a new country, speaks English every day, and continues to grow. Now let's look at a different story. Amir, a student from Egypt, always dreamed of starting a YouTube channel to teach science in English. He had great ideas, but he kept waiting. My accent isn't good, he told himself. Maybe next year. He waited and waited and waited. Years passed, and someone else started a similar channel and became very popular. Amir felt sad. He realized the biggest risk he took was doing nothing. That's a risk too, the risk of missed opportunity. So, what can we learn from these two stories? From Anna, even if you're not ready, you can still try. Bravery is more powerful than perfection. From Amir, waiting until everything is perfect might mean you miss your chance. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. We all face these moments. A voice inside says, "Not yet," or "You're not good enough." But growth doesn't wait. It needs action. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing. Think about your own story. Are you more like Anna or Amir right now? What is one thing you really want to do, but haven't done yet because it feels risky? Taking risks doesn't mean jumping without thinking. There's a difference between a smart risk and a dangerous one. Smart risks are choices that might be uncomfortable or uncertain, but they give you a real chance to grow. They help you move forward in your skills, in your confidence, and in your life. So How do you take smart risks? First, start small. You don't need to move to another country tomorrow or quit your job today. A smart risk could be as simple as joining an English conversation group online, applying for a job that feels a bit too high, or posting your first video in English. These small actions still feel scary, but they're safe places to practice courage. Second, prepare well. Let's say you want to give a short talk in English. Don't just hope it goes well, prepare. Write your ideas, practice speaking out loud, maybe record yourself. The more you prepare, the more confident you'll feel. Preparation doesn't remove all fear, but it reduces it. That's a smart way to take a risk. Third, talk to people who support you. When you're trying something new, it's easy to feel alone, but you're not. Talk to a friend, a teacher, or someone who has done what you want to do. They can give advice, share their own mistakes, and remind you that fear is normal. Fourth, celebrate every step. Did you send the email? Apply for the course? Speak in public for the first time? That's amazing! Celebrate it! Even if the result isn't perfect, you did something new. That's growth. Every time you take a smart risk, you're teaching your brain something powerful. I can do this. And finally, accept the fear. Risk will always feel scary. If you wait until you feel no fear, you'll never move. Instead, tell yourself, yes, I'm afraid, but I'm also brave. That's the mindset of someone who grows. Remember, the goal is not to be fearless. The goal is to act despite the fear, with thought, with care, and with purpose. So what have we learned today? Growth is not about staying in your comfort zone. It's about moving forward, even when it feels scary. Taking risks doesn't mean being careless. It means trusting yourself to try, to learn, and to keep going even after mistakes. You've heard real stories. You've learned practical tips. Now, it's your turn. Ask yourself, what is one thing I've been avoiding because it feels risky? Maybe it's speaking English in public, applying for a dream job, or starting something new. Whatever it is, remember, if it helps you grow, it's worth it. Here at FluentWay English, we believe that learning a language is not just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about confidence. It's about unlocking your full potential. We're not only helping you learn English, we're helping you change your life, your career, and your future. So don't stop here. Take one small action today. Comment below, tell us what risk you're ready to take, and most importantly, keep moving forward. You're stronger than you think. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a little push to grow.